Why is he absent? Morning से ही नहीं आया कि यही lecture में नहीं है?
He was present in the morning, ma'am.
He was present in the morning. Okay. Maybe this is the fifth lecture, no? एकदम last one, so याद नहीं होगा. Okay, so we begin with fifth strategy, which is negotiation and agreement. See, students, we started with the least strategy, what can be done to overcome the resistance. Now we are slowly moving towards a little extreme strategy. Just in case if your employee is constantly resisting to change and is not ready to accept it, then you have to come up with some common consensus. ऐसा कोई decision लेना होगा जो कंपनी के लिए भी as well as employee के लिए भी fair enough हो. Okay, so let us see what it is explained in the textbook, negotiation and agreement. महक बेटा read करोगे?
Yes, ma'am. Negotiation and agreement. Managers can combat resistance by offering incentives to employees not to resist change. Negotiation with resistors and offering them incentives may be a useful technique for overcoming resistance. This approach will be appropriate when those resisting change are in a position of power. The main advantage of this method is that it is relatively easy way to avoid major resistance. However, it can be too expensive in any case if it alerts others to negotiate for compliance.
Okay, now listen to this very carefully. There are more than 100 employees in my company, wherein there are I categorize my employees who are contributing much to my company and who are not contributing much to my company. Simple, I'll explain you in a most simple way. तो वो सारे एम्प्लॉयज में महक, फरहान, आदित्य, सरिता, ओके एंड सेजल, ये 5 एम्प्लॉय जो मेरे लिए वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट है, की एम्प्लॉयज है. ओके, दे आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू माय नेट प्रॉफिट, देयर आइडियाज आर अमेजिंग. ओके, दे आर मे बी पार्ट ऑफ क्वालिटी सर्कल. ओके, एंड मेरे लिए बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट एम्प्लॉयज है. तो मैं क्या करूंगी, इन केस एनी इफ दीज पीपल आर रेजिस्टिंग टू चेंजेस, I will offer them incentives. Okay, I'm not offering incentives to everyone. I'm offering to the key personnel. That means important people in my company. Okay, so if I offer them incentives, possibly they might agree to accept the changes. However, students, the major disadvantage is it can be very expensive if everybody gets up and says, "Ki, I also want incentives, then only I will accept changes. Otherwise, I will not accept changes." Okay, so this strategy has its own disadvantage, but the advantage is जो लोग मेरे लिए बहुत important है, okay, and these people are contributing to great ideas for my company, मैं उनको incentives देकर negotiate कर सकती हूँ और उन्हें changes accept करने के लिए convince कर सकती हूँ. Yeah, I think any employee, once they are offered some incentives, especially monetary incentives, okay, they will give a second thought. Okay, महक सोचेंगे कि ओके मेरे लिए ये अच्छा ऑफर है, चेंजेस तो वैसे भी कंपनी करने ही वाली है, अभी मैं अकेले इसको रेजिस्ट करके क्या मीनिंग है, लेट मी ऑफर व्हाट द कंपनी इज गिविंग मी and let us have a win-win situation. Okay, so she might accept, Aditya might accept, Farhan might accept, ऐसे सब financial monetary incentives accept करके changes implement करने ready हो जाएंगे. But then what if somebody else also get up and say कि मुझे भी monetary incentive चाहिए तो ही मैं ये changes को accept करूंगा या करूंगी. It becomes very expensive for the company to offer money to everyone to implement the changes. I hope it is very easy to understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. I know I am not able to, आपकी आवाज मुझे क्लियरली नहीं आ रही है थोड़ा सा, या शायद मेरे फोन पे कोई प्रॉब्लम है. All right, we move on to the next point.
Manipulation and co-optation. Co-optation involves the patronizing gesture of bringing a person into a change management planning group for the sake of appearances rather than their substantive contribution. This means manager manipulate workers by releasing information selectively or by concisely structuring the sequence of events, or they may co-opt an individual perhaps a key person within a group, by giving him or her the desirable role in designing or carrying out the change process. This often involves.
If you have a textbook, can you read from the next page? No?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Selecting leaders of resistors to participate in the change effort. These leaders can be given a symbolic role in decision making without threatening the change effort. The main advantage of this method is that it can be relatively quick solution to resistance problem. However, it can cause further problems if people feel manipulated.
Okay, now let me explain you this point with some examples. Okay, manipulation and co-optation. Okay, now listen to this very carefully. Any organization, students, किसी भी company में managers को ना manipulate करना पड़ता है. They need to have that quality, okay, wherein they are able to manipulate their team members, okay, so that they agree to some decision. Okay, तो अभी हम यहाँ पे changes introduce करने की बात कर रहे हैं. तो कंपनी क्या कर सकती है पता है? It is going to create some departmentation. Okay, major changes के बारे में employees को है ना piecemeal में यानी छोटे टुकड़ों में बताया जाएगा instead of telling them all together at once. Okay, now for example मेरे पास में कोई प्लान है and वो मेरे को implement करना है, but if I am going to explain this plan to all of you, you might not accept it. Okay, वही अगर मैं छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों में आपको बताऊंगी, okay, you will accept it. Okay, because छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों में क्या होता है ना, ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी, हम माइनर चेंजेस को विदाउट रेजिस्टेंस एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं, लेकिन वही अगर मेजर चेंजेस रहेगा, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू पॉसिबली, एम्प्लॉयज आर नॉट गोइंग टू एक्सेप्ट इट. आपका टेक्स्ट बुक क्या बोल रहा है पता है? उसी ग्रुप में अगर कोई लीडर है ना, ओके, तो उस लीडर को इन्फ्लुएंस करो. ओके, कौन सा लीडर? इनफॉर्मल लीडर होता है पता है आपको? एक तो फॉर्मल लीडर है जो कि मैनेजर है, कंपनी ने अपॉइंट किया है. एक है इनफॉर्मल लीडर जो कि ग्रुप ने अपॉइंट किया है. ओके, सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज उसका रोल बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग रहता है. एक तो ग्रुप ने उसको अपॉइंट किया है ना लीडर, सब जन उसकी बात मानेंगे. तो अगर मैनेजर आइडेंटिफाई कर सकता है कि कोई इन्फ्लुएंशियल लीडर है, तो सबसे पहले आप उसको मैनिपुलेट करो, वो स्लोली स्लोली पूरे ग्रुप मेंबर्स को manipulate karega. This is how you run a big organization. You can't keep going to every employee and convince them to accept changes. No, that's not the way it is going to work. आपको क्या करना होगा? जो सबसे manipulative leader है ना, उसको convince करना होगा, and then he is going to convince his team members. Okay, अच्छा, long run में ऐसा strategy suitable नहीं है. I tell you how and why. शॉर्ट टर्म में मैनिपुलेट करना किसी को is okay. Okay, maybe employees will not even come to know कि उनका manipulate किया गया है. Okay, might be employee सोच रहा होगा ठीक है ये temporary adjustment है, हम कर लेंगे. लेकिन वही आप अगर long run में बार बार ऐसे decisions ला रहे हो, okay, certainly employees को समझ में आ जाएगा that you are trying to manipulate him or her. Okay. The circumstances, I think आपके employees की तरफ से लॉयल्टी नहीं बनी रह पाएगी, बिकॉज व्हाट हैपेंस इज ना स्टूडेंट्स, अ गिव एंड टेक रिलेशनशिप. हाँ, आप अगर मैनिपुलेट करोगे एम्प्लॉयज को, आपको क्या लगता है एम्प्लॉयज आपके लिए कमिटेड रहेंगे क्या, डेडिकेटेड रहेंगे क्या? नहीं, उनके लॉयल्टी इनफैक्ट आपके लिए खत्म हो जाएगी. मैं किस कंपनी में काम कर रही हूँ और वो कंपनी बार बार माइन्यूट चेंजेस इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहा है, आपको क्या लगता है मैं थोड़ी बेवकूफ हूँ? मुझे समझ में आ रहा है ना व्हाट द कंपनी इज ट्राइंग टू डू. ओके, इंटेलिजेंट एंड स्मार्ट एम्प्लॉयज विल आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट द कंपनीज strategy is. Okay, I think वो कंपनी में जहाँ पे एम्प्लॉयज ज्यादा आपको क्वेश्चंस नहीं करने वाले हैं, कि जहाँ पे उन्हें नीड ऑफ जॉब है, वहां पे ये स्ट्रैटेजी चलेगा. लेकिन ऐसी कंपनी जहाँ पे स्मार्ट एम्प्लॉयज है, क्वालिफाइड एम्प्लॉयज है, एक्सपीरियंस्ड एम्प्लॉयज है, I don't think so this strategy is going to work over there. Okay, I consider this strategy as one of the unethical strategy also, ओके बिकॉज अगर आप लार्ज पिक्चर में एम्प्लॉय को कुछ नहीं बता रहे हो और उसे छोटे टुकड़ों में बता रहे हो, ओके, दिस इज अ क्लियर कट strategy of manipulation. Okay, apparently you are kind of betraying their trust, है ना, उनको धोखे में रख के आप कर रहे हो, क्योंकि आपको लार्ज चेंज एक पूरा आपको एक साथ नहीं बताना है. Okay, so this is a kind of maybe you can, I don't know if betray word is correct word, but I think most suitable and appropriate. I hope there is no difficulty in understanding the 6 points. The 6 points were very easy to understand. We started with education and communication. We further involved the employees, okay, to participate in decision making. We gave them education and training so that they understand their role in the changing process. Management did facilitation and support, okay, that is giving emotional support towards employees who are having fear and anxiety. हमने negotiate and agreement strategy भी अपनाई, जहाँ पे हम की एम्प्लॉइज को ओके इंसेंटिव्स ऑफर करके ये चेंजेस इम्प्लीमेंट करने में कन्विंस कर रहे हैं. बट डिसएडवांटेज ये है कि अदर्स माइट ऑल जस्ट गेट अप एंड से आई आल्सो वांट मॉनिटरी इंसेंटिव्स. एंड देन लास्ट वन इज मैनिपुलेशन एंड co-optation. That means you become a co-partner with the influential leader in the group, okay, and then you manipulate a huge set of employees. For me it is students unethical. I do not consider this as an ethical practice. Why? Because मुझे ऐसा लगता है employees के साथ में ना secrecy नहीं रखनी चाहिए. Eventually they are working for you, okay, they should be clearly informed on the large and the broader side of changes and its consequences. Any difficulty, students? ऐसा कुछ जो आपको नहीं समझ में आया?
No, ma'am.
If not, okay, then all right. Then I think we can proceed with the another question, which is manifestation of resistance. Okay, manifestation matlab you can say showing something or maybe symptoms. Okay. Now, for example, you did not like the food that your mom has cooked for the lunch. Okay, तो आप क्या करोगे? सिम्टम्स दिखाओगे ना, थोड़ा फेसेस बनाओगे, थोड़ा सा ही अपने प्लेट में लोगे, है ना, एंग्री साउंड करोगे, जानबूझ के कुछ ना कुछ नीचे गिराओगे, फेंकोगे. करेक्ट ना? दैट इज अ साइन. ओके, दैट्स कॉल्ड अ सिम्टम्स. ऑलराइट, ऑफ expressing your maybe anger or maybe expressing your thoughts कि भाई मेरे को ये फूड नहीं पसंद, आपने दोबारा ये बना दिया, I don't like it. Okay, so for you,
Emotions.
you kind of, yes, you're kind of expressing your emotions through 1 minute, guys. Back में होगा. Okay, so we begin with the nuance manifestation. All right. All right, Mehak, you can start.
Yes, ma'am. Manifestation of resistance. The manager needs to use communication tool to assess the emotional health of the employees during the change process. He has to play several roles during the change management process, including of the mentor to help employees deal with the emotional stress of having their comfortable routines unraveled.
That means unaffected. No, beta. ये मैं first paragraph explain कर लेती हूँ. I think emotional health of any employee is very important. Okay, very 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 important, because अगर वो emotional health उसका affect हो रहा है, okay, eventually his work productivity is going to get affected. Employee की loyalty को intact रखना है ना अगर आपको, okay, so what do you have to do is you have to make sure that you balance their emotional health. Okay, you take care of their emotional health. Okay, and managers especially can play a very good role of a mentor who is constantly there with the employees throughout the change process. Okay, not just this, okay, they have to make sure that you know ये नया change process जो है ये उनके routine को affect नहीं करे. Okay, so this is something which managers and the company should keep in their mind, that they should keep on constantly assessing the emotional health, assessing matlab checking, and at the same time extending all the emotional support. Okay, so that the employee is not facing any stress. Remember one thing, if your employee is in stress, blunders karega wo, mistakes karenge wo, correct? अच्छा, अगर मिस्टेक्स, अगर आपका जॉब रोल कुछ और है तो ठीक है, सेल्स वगैरह या फिर ऐसा कुछ जहाँ पे माइनर मिस्टेक्स ओवरलुक किया जाएगा, बट लेकिन अकाउंट्स में अगर आप काम कर रहे हो, नंबर्स में आप डील कर रहे हो, टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट में आप काम कर रहे हो, इट इज स्मॉल मिस्टेक कैन मेक द कंपनी सफर ह्यूज लॉसेस. ओके, सेकंड पैराग्राफ.
As a change agent, the manager needs to keep a vigilant watch for the warning signs that employees are having difficulty in adapting to the change process. The manifestations of resistance to change is indicated through the following.
Okay, I think the points we will go one by one. So every point is going to explain you how employees are expressing their disagreement towards the change process, or their unhappiness, or their non-cooperation towards the change process. Okay, second paragraph क्या बोल रहा है? मैनेजर्स को बहुत ही विजिलेंट तरीके से, यानी कि क्लोजली मॉनिटर करना होगा एम्प्लॉयज के ऐसे बिहेवियर को, बिकॉज दीज आर दी वार्निंग साइंस. ओके, एम्प्लॉयज के बिहेवियर्स हैं, मैनेजर्स को समझ में आ जाएगा whether the employee is, happily implementing the changes or is showing the clear sign of non-cooperation and also unhappiness. So we will see one by one. अच्छा, सबसे पहले वाला point, unexplained physical illness. Okay, Mehak.
Workers complaining of increased headaches, muscle aches, and other physical ailments which cannot be explained by conventional medicine.
I think you might have done this in your school days. You wanted to bunk your school one day of your school, या आपकी homework नहीं हुई है, या project complete नहीं हुआ है, तो आप, I think you for this nobody goes to the doctor. Stomach ache, headache, फीवर, माइनर फीवर, है ना, ये सब चीजों के लिए कौन जाता है डॉक्टर के पास में? फिर आपके टीचर कैलेंडर में अप्रूव कर देते हैं ना आपका लीव, राइट? So similarly, employees also start showing unexplained physical illness. Okay, that I had a severe headache, my muscle was paining very badly. Okay, my legs are paining, I'm having this toothache. These are small little things for which usually no employee is going to go to the doctor. Okay, तो मैनेजर को समझ में आ जाएगा ये सिली रीजंस के लिए एम्प्लॉइज अगर लीव दे रहे हैं. ओके, अच्छा, एक बार हुआ, दो बार हुआ तो समझ में आता है, लेकिन अगर वो पैटर्न रिपीटेड दिख रहा है तो मैनेजर को समझ जाना चाहिए कि पॉसिबली ये एम्प्लॉय है ना खुद को ऑफिस से विड्रॉ करना चाह रहा है. ओके, एब्सेंट रहना चाह रहा है, क्योंकि उसे ये चेंजेस शायद इतना फ्रूटफुल नहीं लग रहा है, या उसे ये चेंजेस इम्प्लीमेंट करने में कोई डिफिकल्टी आ रही है. So unexplained physical illness, this is one of the major symptom or manifestation of resistance. Any difficulty here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Point number 2 is increase absenteeism. All right, Mehak.
People arriving later and leaving earlier. The employees may stay away or may not be physically present in the work area.
Yeah, I think increased absenteeism is another major sign or a symptom or manifestation of resistance, where employees reporting to office late, okay, and फिर जल्दी निकल जा रहे हैं ऑफिस से. ओके, मीटिंग में इतना ज्यादा पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर रहे हैं. ओके, एंड also is remaining absent, okay, again and again. These are some clear warning signals that your employees are definitely not happy with the changes. Okay, and since they want to not cooperate with the changes, तो वो ये सारे strategies अपना रहे हैं या ये सारा manifestations कर रहे हैं. I know I'm going a little bit fast, but in case आपको नहीं समझ में आए तो please stop me. ऐसा कुछ जो अभी तक नहीं समझ में आया, we've just started with the meaning and we have explained, we discussed 2 points, that is unexplained physical illness and increased absenteeism. एक point और ले ले क्या? I know you all are tired and fifth lecture and all of it. एक point और ले लेते then I start.
Breakdowns
Okay.
in communication. Yes, ma'am. The employees may at times purposefully misunderstand the directions. This distorts the overall crux of the communication message.
I think सब कुछ समझ में आ गया है, लेकिन जानबूझ के गलतियां करना, ओके, डेलिबरेटली बिहेव करना कि नहीं मैंने तो ऐसा सुना ही नहीं, आपने कब ऐसा बोला, आई डोंट नो व्हेन डिड यू से दिस, ओके, सो दिस इज deliberately you are not involving, okay, and you are trying to interrupt with the communication process itself, okay, आप पर्पसफुली ओके बिहेव कर रहे हो कि आपको मिसअंडरस्टैंड किया, ओके, एंड दिस डिस्टॉर्ट्स द ओवरऑल क्रक्स, यानी कि दिस डिस्टॉर्ट्स द ओवरऑल पॉइंट ऑफ इशू, okay, of communication message. So this is another sign of or manifestation of resistance, okay, where you are purposefully, okay, trying to show that you misunderstood the directions. Okay, you actually understood the directions. You are well aware of what you want, what you're supposed to do. Okay, but you behave as if you have misunderstood the message. Okay, these are some clear signs, okay, that your employee, especially smart employees, you can I think बहुत clearly आपको समझ में आ जाएगा जब smart and intelligent employees ऐसा behave करेंगे कि oh they misunderstood the message, oh they did not understood the direction, okay, so you will identify them very easily, and these are the signs of manifestation that people are resisting to changes. Okay, I think you can see ये मूट का नोटिफिकेशन नहीं, रजा शेख अभी ये टाइम पे एंटर कर रहा है, ये कोई लेक्चर में एंटर करने का टाइम है क्या? ऑलरेडी 30 मिनट्स हो गया है लेक्चर. Okay, guys, I hope there is no difficulty in the answer, and in case there is any doubt, you can get back to me. I hope I see you all soon in the college. Okay. Again, when I close my lecture, I just want to tell you, take best care of yourself, wear your mask, take all the necessary precautions, step outside only when it is very urgent, okay, and take care of yourself. Okay, guys, you have a nice day ahead and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Okay.